Hello everybody. So this happened a few days ago, but I didn't have a chance to record it until now. Sorry, my mouth's quite dry. I don't know why. So, so I was on Reddit, right? And the original post has been deleted, or I've been blocked because people are replying to me, but I can't reply to them. But anyways, I can't show you the original post. But it was someone saying that they're trans and they're scared, and they want to know how to get out of America and find a job and stuff because they're terrified and stuff. And this was an explain like I'm scared, and it's meant to be for people with anxiety to give them basic steps to do things. So this person is anxious and scared, right? People should be alleviating their fears, saying, "Hey, you're worrying about things like nothing's gonna happen to you, right? Your life isn't in danger, right?" No, people are all saying, "Yeah, it's so bad, right? Gotta get out of there. This is gonna happen, right?" And so they're just making it worse. I have this thing, right, where I'm constantly terrified that an asteroid's going to hit the Earth. And the last thing I would want is for someone to say, "Yeah, probably. Better make a bunker. It's only going to get closer." They'll say, "Oh, but these fears are..." No, they're not. Nobody is trying to round you up and genocide you, okay? So what I wrote on this person's post was, "Please calm down. As an anxiety subreddit, these people should be alleviating your fears instead of enabling them. The news is controlling you through fear. They do this every day with every subject imaginable. Here, they acted like a rocket falling out of the sky was going to kill us all. You are not in danger. I know you feel like that because your position is threatened. But the majority of people don't want to harm you. They simply disagree with your stance on gender versus sex. Even people who say they want to are usually just talking. You're scared because you've been told to be scared, and that's going to make you think unreasonable things. Instead of asking how to get out of here, you need to recognize that your anxiety is over nothing. You need to change your way of thinking so that you don't feel fearful every time the news tells you to. Please understand that just because someone doesn't consider your gender to be different from your biological sex, it doesn't mean they don't consider you a person or want to kill you. The government isn't coming after you." And so I got a reply from this person.
How can you say their anxiety is over nothing when we're being actively denied the ability to leave the country or rectify our citizenship due to issues being created by the state? Instead of protecting yourself, you need to roll over and let us tell you how to live. No one is coming after you, especially the people that have called you an extremist repeatedly and said they want to ban your healthcare. Oh, and don't worry that trans people are being denied their passports or IDs. You can tell I care, and this is all in good faith by the way I talk about gender-affirming surgery as a guaranteed failure. Lamau, okay. So that was what I've said in another comment, and I'll get to reading that comment. But this is so, you're not being allowed to leave the country because your passport is incorrect, right? They're not making it incorrect because you're trans. It's because the passport is meant to be by your sex. It's not what you identify as, right? That's why. It's not an attack on you. It's just because what's written on your passport is incorrect. They're taking it personally, but it's about the information, not about the person writing the information, right? And so the next person a few hours later says, "Disagreeing with someone's identity and right to live as their true self is a form of bigotry and hatred, regardless of whether you think it is. And it isn't over nothing. Trans people are denied jobs for being who we are. Our healthcare is under attack. They want to criminalize us using the bathroom. By the way, HRT and SRS do change sex biologically. You can't disagree with that. But overall, not respecting someone's gender identity is a form of discrimination. Please kindly dismiss yourself if you cannot understand this."
Okay, so disagreeing with someone's identity and right to live as their true self is indeed a disagreement. They say it's a form of bigotry and hatred. Why? What part of saying, "Hey, I don't think that you can be a woman if you're not female," is hatred? What part of that is me saying, "I hate you," is just saying, "I don't think that you're a woman"? That's not hatred. That is just a disagreement. They think that they say, "Oh, I just want to live normally and stuff. It's not my whole personality." But then they treat it like their whole personality because if you disagree with it, they act like it's an attack on their very existence. I get called a guy online all the time. I don't cry myself to sleep. It's not a big thing. It's not an attack on me as a person. It has nothing to do with me, who I am as an individual, because somebody mistakenly like calls me a guy. The fact that I'm a woman isn't part of my personality. Also, they don't change sex biologically. Yes, I can disagree with that. Do you know what what qualifies as sex? Just because you have like more estrogen or more testosterone doesn't mean that that you're a different sex. Neither does the surgery. The surgery is awful. Have you seen the pictures? It's absolutely disgusting. They have to dilate so that it doesn't close over and heal itself if they get a fake vagina. It's the most horrendous, like, I've seen the images of it. It's the most disgusting, horrendous stuff. And to say that that qualifies as someone who was born that way, who, like, their body created those features, that is just insulting. Like, you need to go to Specsavers if you think that that is the same thing. Then we have this person who I very much agree with, saying, this subreddit is ridiculous. These people need to log off the internet and stop reading the news. Someone says, but us people with normal thinking get downvoted. And I said, why do they act like they're going to die because they can't put the gender they want on a document or get a complete failure of a surgery? And then this person's like,
because gender affirmation is the only scientifically proven way of alleviating gender dysphoria, and that distressing state is so painful that it can lead to death. And if something about yourself, your skin color, your ethnicity, your gender, was constantly being attacked by your own government, that would add to that distress. If you started from a place of empathy, you might figure that out, but conservatives have made it clear they believe empathy is a sin.
I do feel empathetic. I just don't think that they're solving their problems in the way that they should. I feel sad that there are people who hate their bodies so much that they want to change them, and that they feel like that killing themselves is the only way to, like, get out of it. Like, I do feel sorry for them, but I don't think that changing their bodies is what they need to do to fix it. Like anorexics, they are so convinced that their body is wrong, that it's too big and stuff, that they will kill themselves trying to get thinner. It's not a matter of, oh, I don't care about their problems, so I don't want them to get help. It's that I don't think that this is helping. I don't think that getting a surgery that puts a lump of mutated flesh on your body that doesn't even perform any of the functions that it would in nature, is helping, because the problem isn't actually with their body, it's with their mind. And to say that it's the only scientifically proven way, well, no, we haven't properly explored other methods. There are lots of people who have it and then grow out of it. So what, are you saying that they didn't really have it? Or is it possible that it's just not the only way? Why didn't we have, like, all these people killing themselves, like, all throughout history because they couldn't get surgery? Why is it only nowadays? So then we had another reply to my other comment, which was,
except refusing to let a trans person live as their true self simply because you disagree can cause significant psychological distress that can lead to self-harm and suicide, so it doesn't really matter if you personally don't hate them or want to cause them harm.
Well, because it's not their true self, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying. And I want to clarify for the government that this is not hate speech. I'm not misgendering anyone because I'm talking about a person that doesn't exist. I'm talking about, like, a hypothetical person. So don't say that I'm misgendering anybody, please. This is just a video of my opinion, and as far as I can tell, I haven't broken any laws by expressing this. And so then I got a warning from Reddit, and it was an auto warning, which I think makes it worse, because what I said, like, was very vague in terms of, like, what AI would be picking out. And so, yeah, what have they trained it on? So it was on the comment about it being a complete failure of a surgery. And they said, "Hi, Sirasage. Reddit is a vast network of communities that are created, run, and populated by people like you. In order to keep communities welcoming, safe, and great places to be, everyone who uses the platform operates by a shared set of rules, a set of rules you may not have realized you broke. Warning for hate. We flagged the following as a potential policy violation. After reviewing, we found that you broke Rule 1 because you promoted identity-based hate or attacks. No, I didn't. Reddit is a place for creating community and belonging, not for attacking marginalized or vulnerable groups of people. Oh, so you can attack, like, people who aren't vulnerable, okay. We don't tolerate promoting hate based on identity or vulnerability, and but you can hate on other things, and any communities or people that encourage or incite violence or hate towards marginalized or vulnerable groups will be banned. So why am I allowed to incite violence or hate towards other groups? Was like, surfer dudes aren't like marginalized or vulnerable. Should I make a hate group against surfer dudes and be like, hey, let's all go and beat surfer dudes with rocks? Like, is that okay because they're not marginalized or vulnerable? I hate this idea that if you're vulnerable in some way, then you're just you're just invulnerable to any personal attacks, right? It's either it's okay to be mean to everyone or it's okay to be mean to no one. I don't care if you're a minority. If I want, I don't care if you're a minority. If I want to hate on you, I will. You're no different from any other person. So anyways, as a result, we're issuing this warning, removing the violating content, and asking you not to break this rule again. Reddit and its community, so I'm not going to read all that, it's just... And so yeah, this content was flagged by Reddit's automated systems. The decision was made using automation. But I don't have a screenshot of it, but I did send an appeal, and it got, they reviewed it, and they said, oh yeah, you didn't actually break the rules. So I'm happy for that. So, my whole thing on this, right? Because I can't reply to these comments anymore, so hopefully they'll see this video. If they don't, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna, send it to them or anything. It just, I very much doubt they'll see it, but, you never know. Causing hysteria isn't okay. Fear-mongering and saying the government is out for you isn't okay. I don't care. You may think that it's true, but it's not. I know that, I know there's some people that will just murder trans people. Making it illegal to disagree with you is going to make people hate you more. The more insufferably you act, the more people are going to hate you. A lot of people had no problem with trans people until they started inserting these politics into everything imaginable. I used to not care. And then when I started seeing it everywhere, putting it in children's shows, constantly whining about being victims, even though there was no evidence that anybody was being victimized. My friend said, oh, good sir, to this trans person who identified as a girl, and she didn't even know that this person was trans. She was just she's just saying it to be silly. This person had a mental breakdown, blocked her, refused to apologize for just being so rude. And it's it's ridiculous. It feels like that one toddler at a social gathering, and their parents just think they can do no wrong, and they're just allowed to go around screaming at everybody, doing whatever they want, and nobody's allowed to tell them not to. It's illegal to misgender. In Australia, it's kind of vague. That's why I stated that stuff halfway through. It's vague as whether or not it is illegal. It is in a workplace or something. I don't know. In Britain, it definitely is. And why? It's not if that is truly your true self, why would you kill yourself if somebody says the opposite? You're clearly not that steadfast in your views if that's your response to it. And it's crazy, because I feel sorry for people, mostly for the teenagers and stuff, not for the middle-aged adults who fall into this, but I do feel sorry for people who are scared, who think that their life is in danger because Trump's president, right? They were literally asking if there's going to be a MAGA genocide where everybody who's not a straight white male is killed. What are you talking about? Why would they do that? They just think that everybody's out to get them constantly, and they're not. Most people just don't care. Most people just don't want to hear about it. That doesn't mean that they want to beat you up. And the people that do say they want to beat you up usually actually won't. They're usually just talking because they're mad because you keep shoving all this stuff in their face constantly. It doesn't mean that they're actually going to do it. I'm not saying that there aren't people who would, but there are people who would murder lots of people. It doesn't mean that they need special protection from the government so that nobody can criticize them. The only thing that's going to gain is that people are going to join up in secret to criticize you, and then they're going to get more extreme because they don't have anybody saying, hey, that's gone too far. like, you're just making the problems worse for yourselves. Stop being hysterical. Stop thinking people are out to get you. They're not. It's your anxiety speaking. You're probably on, like, some weird medications that are meant to make you less crazy, but they make you crazy in other ways, right? Don't be fearful. When the government says, panic, panic, everybody panic, they're gonna kill us all, don't listen to them, right? Don't listen. You don't need to be scared of anything, right? I'm scared of, like, the whole world. But I know that I'm being unreasonable because the world isn't actually as scary as you think. A lot of, like, most people don't have the urge to murder people, you know? Most people don't have the urge to beat people up. When they're talking about deportation, well, the illegal immigrants might, because, well, they already committed a crime by coming illegally. They're from countries that don't have the same moral standards, right? You're more likely to be beaten up by them than someone that just, thinks that there's only two genders, right? So please stop being scared, and also please don't block me, and then let other people reply to me, because you're just saying I don't have a good argument, right? You're just saying, oh, I don't know how to respond to this, I'm just gonna let people rail on them and they can't respond, right? So yeah, that's the whole video.